Good morning from the Sacred Valley in Peru. It's a beautiful, misty, slightly rainy morning here. It's lovely to be out walking. All this nature, the mountains. I wanted to talk a little bit about not believing your thoughts. And how this is a great realization when you see that every time you give meaning to something, it becomes reality. Maybe not instantly, but it's feeding the reality forward. You're paying forward with your thoughts into the future moments that will come for you. And this is something you can practice gently, whether you've woken up or not. And in fact, they're not really different. So I woke up this morning feeling contraction. And if you look into your experience and observe your thoughts, you can see that whatever contraction you're feeling, which is usually registered as a sense of discomfort or unease in the body, have to be careful here. But if you watch them carefully, you can see that in most cases, certainly in my experience, 90% of the suffering is in your mind. Usually some thought of, I feel bad, or I don't feel 100%. Therefore, I must be doing something wrong. I'm bad. And the same applies when you're in a really good mood, a good state of mind. It's like, oh, now I'm good. I must have done something good. I'm being rewarded. But they're both sides of the same coin, and could describe the state of seeking before awakening, where you, well, certainly I did, boomerang between feeling, oh, it's terrible, it's all hopeless, what a piece of shit I am, and oh, now it's good, now I'm on the way, I must be getting the reward for my, I don't know, being a good boy, being a good girl. And so you go back and forth. And neither of these is true. Things are happening and you're attaching meaning to them, good or bad, about yourself, about this personality that you take to be me. I'd say the one difference that, having had an experience of oneness, of awakening, the one thing that gives you is a base solidity to know that even if I am believing my thoughts, and at that particular moment I can't see how to get out of it, you kind of exit the game of, slowly, you exit the game of good and bad. What's arising is arising. And if it's an uncomfortable sensation, then that's all it is. But you can notice, if you pay attention, how there's this dialogue going on within yourself, saying this must mean X, this must mean Y. And it means nothing. It's just what is. It's okay to not like it. It's okay to like it. But the actual experience is neutral. And so, whether you've woken up or not, or whether in any particular moment you're in neutrality, or even bliss, or lost in the mind, you have the power to just listen. See, what am I telling myself about this? Is it really true? And the body, you say, oh, I need to do something about this because I'll regret it later if I don't sort it out. There's nothing to sort out. And in fact, you will call more difficult situations potentially into your life as a result of not acting, because you have a belief about not acting, or one has a belief. But you're calling that in with your thoughts. It's very simple. And the body, when you're feeling, if you have a low sensation, in my case, feeling a bit stagnant this morning, or actual physical pain. This is the body, the wonderful loving body, your instrument telling you something's out of whack, something's out of alignment. And you don't put it back in alignment by fighting it or trying to fix it. You just see it. And you see how your thoughts are influencing your state. And this is available to everybody, whether they've woken up or not. And in fact, it's not separate to that. It's not like waking up is a thing. It's the whole, all the experience and what you do with it. So you can start to practice to be, you don't have to be grateful all at once. In fact, you can't be grateful. Gratefulness, gratitude is. It's not a thing you conjure up. Or if you do conjure it up, it's usually not the real thing. But it doesn't matter, because you have gratitude and humility within you. They're always there. So you just watch. Things aren't happening as quickly as I want. This person hasn't phoned me. I need to set a boundary. I did wrong by not being more vigilant, letting things slide. Or whatever it is for you. If in this moment or in any moment you're feeling a little bit off. None of that is true. But it seems to be true, and it will create more of that when you believe it. It's as simple as that. You can look at awakening or just the search to feel happy and fulfillment in your life from so many angles, but one component or one perspective on it is simply that. that you receive what you believe. And if you believe you're the person with an agenda, with a future, with all their goals and dreams and nightmares, then to the extent you're identified with the personality, the mind, there'll be an argument with reality, and it'll be harder to see this. So this is why being quiet can be so important. Whatever your circumstances, I personally have plenty of time to reflect. You may have a busy job, but everybody has, if they choose, moments where they can just relax, become concentrated, and ask themselves, what am I believing about myself? What am I asking to receive more of? And you don't have to defend against getting it wrong. There's nothing wrong with being unconscious either, and receiving that reflection. But the more aware you become, you can choose. I prefer to see this a different way. And in fact, there's no rule. You can see it however you like. You're that powerful. So life, God, Source, will lovingly give you the exact reflection. It's physics, it's mechanics. It's nothing more. Elevated or complicated than that. It's just mechanics. And when you see the mechanics, instead of seeing it as cold, mechanical law of the universe, I shouldn't really use the word mechanics because it's more free than that. It's everything. But when you see the mechanics, this was the dawning for me, it's like, oh my God, it's so simple. I have absolute power to choose, or apparently choose. It's in fact doing itself. But rather than being dry and mechanical, it's just awesome. It's just wow. I really don't need to worry about all these things. I really can choose to live in ease and not be worried. Very beautiful here. Mountains. So yeah, that's all I really wanted to say, is that the difference for me now when I fall into a lower state, or let's say contraction is the best word. Good thing with contraction is you can feel it in your body. It doesn't take a genius to differentiate between feelings of contraction and feelings of expansion. So when contraction comes now, there's much more capacity, much more trust. Just let it be. And it becomes quite fascinating to watch your thoughts. See, oh, I'm thinking this, and it directly affects my body, my state of tension, my mind, and I'm doing it all to myself. How powerful is that? And I can choose. And and let the universe take care of the rest. It's all happening for you. Feelings in the body, the emotions there, your radar, your intuition. And you can intuit what you love, but you can also intuit what's out of alignment. And alignment just means your best self. There's not even any judgment in that. Again, it's physics. The more you align, and when I say align, the more you observe and drop the thoughts which are fueling the contraction, then you get instant feedback. You start to feel better. If you're really contracted, and that's very hard to do, you'll get more of the contraction, but at least you're now starting to become aware of it. And you don't need to do anything, because it's just awareness. It dissolves of its own accord when you're aware of it. So it's that simple, really. And if you know this already, I'm happy. If you don't, well, I think you probably do, because you wouldn't watch this kind of stuff if you didn't. So you just, keep on with it. Not like a job, but just more and more awareness. It's the medicine that cures everything. Heal your perception. And the healing of your mind, the body, just happens automatically, because your awareness is the solvent of all of this. It's the only thing that's real. Okay, have a great day. Go singing in the rain, dancing in the sun, whatever lights you up. God bless.